So we have, of course, the return to work agreement between Embu County Government of Embu and the Kenya Union of Clinic Officers, Kenya National Union of Nurses, Kenya National Union of Medical Laboratory Officers, Kenya Union of Nutritionists and Dietetics, Kenya Health Professional Society. Of course, on one part and Embu County on the second part. So I take this opportunity to, with my brother here, health services provision in our county is concerned, and as I've promised, we are opening a new page. So thank you very much, Ponachoka, on behalf of the unions. Get your copy, I get mine. We do this. Thank you. Thank you. Asante sana.
Another chance, another timing that has come where the unions of health workers in Embu County, following a lengthy discussions, meetings with county government headed by His Excellency the Deputy Governor. We've been in meetings from as early as November, and today we conclude, we have called off the strike, the industrial action that health workers in Embu took in November, following agreement documented and signed by union leaders and the county government of Embu. And we are in high expectation that this new agreement will be followed up. We are all privy to information that the initial agreement was not implemented, not even an inch. However, the new sitting officers in the county government of Embu have shown goodwill in implementation of the return to work formula, and have also agreed to accept the decisions that will be made in Nairobi as per the current national industrial action that is going on for clinical officers and for nurses. We thus request our members, noting that we are entering into the weekend, that by Monday morning we all have reported back to office, we reorganize our work, we serve the patient. To the community of Embu, on Monday at 8, be in the hospital, you'll be served. Thank you.
Suppose the agreement is not met by the county.
In case there is a commitment on that in documentation, so industry actions go by whatever is documented.
I first and foremost want also to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has actually participated in the consultations that we have had for, as the chairman has said, the last 2 months, actually close to 2 months, of this very debilitating strike that actually paralyzed health operations in our county. Very many people have come forward. They have given us good ideas. We have consulted in very good faith. And what we are doing today is basically a clear sign that we have basically agreed on a very clear way forward as far as how we want to see matters health going forward run in our county. So I want to first and foremost to appreciate in a big way the noted goodwill and the participation of the various unions in the talks that we have had once this end. They have come forward in very good faith, and had it not been for that contribution or sacrifice, we possibly could not be where we are today. So special thanks for representing your unions well in the talks, and we want at this particular time to make a promise that moving forward, that will be the spirit. We shall always be engaging you timely, so that we, as much as possible, avert unnecessary crisis or strikes that can actually be avoided if people engaged. We have had several meetings. I think the chairman has actually pointed out that, around 8 or 10 of them. And I'm happy to report that the last meeting that we had actually yesterday, went up to around 9 in the evening, and we went through what the unions had proposed, what we had also proposed. That is from our end, and we were able to harmonize the two sides, and ended up with a well-agreed document that was signed around 9 in the evening, and we agreed that we meet you this morning and bring you up to speed with, of course, those discussions. So we are basically here to report that we have agreed to move forward. We have agreed with the unions the call of the strike that has actually, paralyzed health operations for the last almost 2 months in Embu County, and chart a clear way forward. So we are here to make that a big announcement that we have now put pen to paper. We definitely shall be exchanging that agreement, of course, copies with the unions as a clear indication that we have now agreed to open a new page as far as engagement when it comes to this kind of developments is concerned. So we are here reporting that we have been able to reach a very good agreement on, of course, how they expect the issues that they had actually raised, what had actually occasioned the ongoing on strike, 4 or 5 areas, well addressed, and as we talk now, clear settlement on all the 4 or 5 areas agreed. As far as our party is concerned, as Embu County government, we are doing an undertaking that moving forward, acting in good faith, we are definitely going to make sure there is timely implementation of this agreement. We, of course, and we have agreed on some specific implementation timelines, and we want to assure the unions that moving forward, that will definitely be done. They have actually regretted that the other return to work agreement was not implemented in full, but I would want to put something straight, that it was not really deliberately, or we did not very deliberately to have that return to work formula or the agreement implemented. Of course, our ability to implement the same was affected by a number of forces that were ranging beyond our control as a county government. One of them being, of course, drained exchequer releases to Embu County, among other counties. We were not able to get our funds in time. And even as we speak now, we still have that problem. We haven't gotten our full share from the national government. But going by the promise that we have been given by the national government, we are hopeful this time round, we are definitely going to have the newly done return to work agreement implemented within the shortest time possible. So we have agreed on some very specific implementation timelines, and we want to do an undertaking at this particular time. We want to give them a very clear promise that we are not going to let them down as far as actualizing the same is concerned. At the same time, we wanted to make a very special appeal to the health workers in Embu County. Now that, of course, as the employer, we have agreed to meet their demands within, of course, the agreed timelines, our expectation is that they also meet their part of the bargain. We also want to get value for, of course, our money. And this is a special request, a special appeal that we are, of course, making to them, that once services resume, and which, according to the just signed return to work agreement, of course, they are required to resume duties within 48 hours. So, like even what our chairman has said, Monday, we are looking forward to, of course, registering their presence in our health centers, of course, expectantly from tomorrow, moving forward. But as I've told you, we are quite in agreement that all the services are resuming in Embu County, and we are looking forward to ensuring that that happens in the best form and shape moving forward. So we are looking forward to timely, effective, and quality services now getting given to our people. And we are, of course, going to work with the health workers. Of course, because as I've told you, we're opening a new page. As Embu County Executive side, we are going to make sure that they get all the necessary support. And that, of course, includes ensuring that we have sufficient supplies in all health centers, so that we don't, of course, expect them to work when they don't have the necessary inputs. So we are going, of course, as Embu County government, to ensure, because of the lost time and the suffering that our people, of course, have experienced for the 1 or 2 months, the nurses and other health workers have been on strike, is recovered by ensuring that these people are well supported and services resume, of course, as expected. Of course, with the unions, we promise to have, moving forward, timely consultations. We have already promised a new spirit moving forward as far as consultations are concerned, because what we have to realize is when people consult, when people talk to each other, not at each other, definitely results or even reconciliation when there are differences are found with speed. And we want to embrace that spirit, that moving forward, we definitely shall be having regular meetings where we are ready and they are ready to consult with us on issues that may be affecting the assigned at the workplace, and our assigned, then we agree clearly on the way forward. So timely consultations will be the new norm moving forward. We are in agreement with that. We are ready to listen and, of course, address their concerns every other time, so that, as I've said, we get it right for our people. So it is all systems go from our end, and we definitely look forward in a big way to see services resume to the level expected. At the same time, we also want to appreciate in a big way the role that the private hospitals around Embu have actually played during the strike period. We want to appreciate the services these private hospitals have given to our people in a big way. Because had it not been for their being there, possibly we could have lost big numbers. That is, our people could have lost lives. So we want to appreciate what they have actually been able to, what they have actually been able to do to our people, and even promise that we are going to give them all the necessary support moving forward, and as far as health provision in Embu County is concerned. At the same time as we do that, we have reports, but we are definitely going to have them verified, that a few health hospitals around town and other areas have taken advantage of the strike. It's unfortunate that our patients, and particularly very needy cases in our society, have been exploited. We wanted to ask the owners and the managers of the private hospitals in our county to be sensitive, to the needs of our people, because it is not the wish of anybody to fall sick. So when a given hospital takes advantage and capitalizes on such an unfortunate situation, somebody sick, the fees charged are beyond what is basically or the normally expected. Of course, that is regrettable, and we would want to appeal or make a special appeal that moving forward, they are friendly enough, they are sensitive enough, as we continue serving this great county and, of course, our people. So that is the match that we are for you, that we are here, and with authority reporting that the strike that has actually been there for the last 1.5 months is officially called off today, and our expectation with this great team here, and I want to thank it in a very special way for their sacrifice, including actually today. They actually reported to the offices very early in the morning, so that we make this big announcement. So thank you very much for your participation, and let this spirit continue. The unions are represented here, the officials, thank you very much also for representing your big numbers in the best way possible in this, of course, engagement. We thank you. We are highly indebted to your contribution towards this end. And again, of course, to the members of the fourth estate, thank you. We have not had a single incident where Embu County has been reported negatively out there. So we thank you. Not that you have not had incidences to report, but you have really been good enough. And that consideration, that understanding is also, of course, appreciable when it is crisis time. So thank you very much for what you have been able to do, and we look forward to working with you moving forward. So I'll, even before I get your questions, ask that we now ceremonially exchange the return to work agreement with Joka, the chairman,